কেমটা আমি বিশ্বজিৎ ভৌমিকের টপিকটা খুলে বিশ্বজিৎ ভৌমিক জানতে পারবো না তো। সাতজন 7 others. দেবাশিস তুমি থাকব মঝে এই যে ওয়ার্ক চলিব সরি ইয়ে হয়ে মানে Okay, very good afternoon everybody. Let us start the session. We are in time. So for the third day of the second technical session of the 5-day faculty development program on NAC accreditation and choice-based credit system in the context of NEP 2020 is concerned. So at the outset, at first I welcome a very dynamic figure in the field of ODL learning under the ambit of Indira Gandhi National Open University, Dr. Biswajit Bhaumik, enjoying the status as Deputy Director, Indira Gandhi National Open University, Kolkata Regional Center, Kolkata, West Bengal. So before giving a very lucid description about Dr. Biswajit Bhaumik, let me welcome all other learned participants, particularly our faculty participants who are with us for listening the very presentation of Dr. Biswajit Bhaumik. And before saying something about him, let me extend my heartfelt gratefulness to the members of this 5-day organizing committee of this 5-day faculty development program on a very vibrant topic, starting from the coordinator of internal quality assurance cell, Dr. Aniruddha Senna, and Dr. Tushar Kanti Mandal, member IQAC, Dr. Mrinal Kanti De, member IQAC, Dr. Pragya Bhattacharya, member IQAC, Dr. Suman Mandal, member of the organizing committee, Mr. Sudipta Das, member of the organizing committee, and all other members of the teaching and non-teaching staff of this premier institution, although located in a rural-based area. It's a very premier institution having its inception with effect from 1964. So it is giving me pleasure that they are cooperating me and they are participating in this academic event for their professional development, adhering to continuing professional development. So our today's attraction, Dr. Biswajit Bhaumik, really way back to that Balurghat B.Ed College when I was in the capacity of principal. I have had that relationship with Dr. Biswajit Bhaumik from the day of interaction with this legend, very dynamic figure. I learned a lot from him as my senior brother, and we are having a very good relationship out of our formal career. And Dr. Bhaumik has the the opening of the Silgudi Regional Center. The opening of the Silgudi IGNO Regional Center is the brainchild of Dr. Biswajit Bhomik. Biswajit Bhomik happened to be the opening regional director of IGNO Regional Center Siliguri, which is now doing very well. But adhering to the placement of, adhering to the provision of transfer from place to place, now sir is in Kolkata, Indira Gandhi National Open University, Kolkata branch, and his tenure there, he is providing all sorts of time. He is trying his level best how to ensure a great deal of dynamism, transferability, and flexibility to accelerate the ODL learning system. All of us know how now in the present context, although if we focus on the National Education Policy 2020, it has focused on the ODL approach, because you will find that ODL approach is universal in nature, and you will find so far the study materials, so far the course pattern of ODL, any ODL mode of learning is concerned, it are properly prepared based on the level of the students and their level of application. So about the importance of the ODL in the context of NEP 2020, our honorable resource person sir will have his presentation on NEP 2020 role of ODL towards increase in GER, I mean gross enrollment ratio. So Professor Biswajit Bhomik sir, I welcome you sir in this online platform, and I express my heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, because of remaining in a busy schedule. You have given a very good response to my request. So I am indebted to you out and out, sir. I think your expertise, followed by your presentation, will enlighten our learned participants, our faculty members. They will realize the importance of ODL system in the present learning system in order to accelerate the universalization of higher education, in order to accelerate the internationalization of higher education, and to enhance a great deal of flexibility in the educational transaction so far higher or tertiary education is concerned. Sir, over to you, Dr. Biswajit Bhomik, sir. Now platform is yours.
Namaskar. Hello.
Sir, yes, sir,
Am I
audible.
audible?
Yes, sir, audible, sir. Sir, sir, just do you unmute, sir. Do unmute, sir. Do unmute, sir. You are in a mute form, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Actually, I would like to share my slides, but I am finding it difficult. Just a minute. Let me have the technical thing first. Let us. Is it visible? Hello. Is it visible? My slide. Hello.
No,
Hello.
sir. No, sir. No, sir. Not visible, sir. Sumanabu.
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Yes, screen.
Your screen is visible, but PPT not. Sir, PPT is visible now.
Visible.
Yes, sir,
Visible
visible.
now. It is clearly visible.
Okay, I beg pardon because due to some problem we are late.
Sir, no problem.
So, namaskar and good afternoon. Respected Professor Misro, Principal, Jogoda Satsang Palpara Mahavidyalaya, Purbo Medinipur, and the organizing secretary of this 5 days faculty development program, FDP. Dr. Aniruddha Sinha, who is the organizing secretary of this 5 days faculty development program. At the very outset, I would like to thank all the participants, Professor Misra and Dr. Sinha, for giving me this opportunity to share my views about ODL national education policy 2020.
Sumanabu,
হ্যাঁ স্যার, ওনার কি পিপিটি শো করতে প্রবলেম হচ্ছে?
সেটা মনে হয় একটু সমস্যা হচ্ছে।
উনি পিপিটিটা শেয়ার করে দিন, আমি এখান থেকে এই করে দেবো,
আচ্ছা,
স্ক্রিন
পিপিটটা
শেয়ার
আপনার
করে
কাছে,
দেবো।
পিপিটটা আমার কাছে পাঠিয়ে দিতে বলি, তাই তো?
হ্যাঁ, পিপিটিটা আপনি আমার কাছে পাঠিয়ে দিন, হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ করে দিন, আমি শেয়ার করবো। হুম।
ভৌমিক স্যার আপনি পিপিটিটা আমাকে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ করে দিন স্যার। আপনি স্যার আমাকে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ করে দিন, আবার সুমন বাবু উইল শেয়ার ইট স্যার।
Now I think it is okay. Let me share. Let me share.
ওকে স্যার, স্যার।
I've already sent. Hello.
স্যার।
I have already sent to your WhatsApp. Please
আচ্ছা,
check.
ওকে স্যার, লেট মি সি। Yes, sir. I'm sending to Suman Babu, sir, right now.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Sumanabu. 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 Okay. Okay, sir. He will share. It has already
পেয়ে
clearly
গেছি, আমি
written.
বলছি, পেয়ে গেছি।
Okay, sir. He got it. Okay.
Okay. Let me continue then.
Okay, sir. You continue, sir. No problem. You continue, sir.
Okay. So our today's this topic is National Education Policy 2020, role of open and distance learning towards increase in gross enrollment ratio. As you know that the government of India is very much worried about the poor enrollment in our higher education system. Recently, as per the 2018 data, only 26.3% of the students of our student community are in the higher education. So you can see that out of 100 students, only 26 students are in higher education. So we have miles to go. And in this scenario, the national education policy has come. So the government of India is very much worried about this poor enrollment, and the target fixed is that we should achieve at least 50% gross enrollment ratio by 2035. So it is a big challenge for all of us. Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir, you are
Yes, sir.
audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So government of India has come up with this ambitious national education policy and targeted that by 2035 the gross enrollment ratio should be 50%. That means out of 100 students in higher education, at least 50% should be going in the higher education sector. So in this context, the role of open and distance learning methodology of education and open universities play a great important role. You cannot ignore this complementary and supplementary system of education. So we can say that ODL, it is not going to replace the face-to-face mode of education. We have to agree with this, but it will supplement and complement with the existing higher education scenario, both in the developing countries and developed countries. And it is this ODL mode, it is very much cost effective. At a time, a large number of students community can be addressed, and a best teacher available in the country can be made accessible to all the students across the country. Like, that Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who was our honorable president. So he cannot come to every university and deliver lecture. But with the help of communication and computer and communication technologies, ICTs, he can be sitting in the Rashtrapati Bhavan and he can address to all the students of India at a time. So it is distance method with the help of the technology. The best teacher available in our country can be accessible to all the students at a time. So the coverage is more, and the best resources of the country can be utilized for training purpose, for lifelong learning. Now, presently in India, if you see that there are 14 state open universities and only one central university open university, that is Indira Gandhi National Open University. So Indira Gandhi National Open University, the largest open university in the world with more than 35 lakh students. And besides Indira Gandhi National Open University, there are another 13 state open universities. Odisha is also having Odisha State Open University. In Assam, we have KK Hendik Open University. In West Bengal, we have Netaji Subhash Open University. So like that, in India, there are 13 state open universities and 168 dual mode universities. That means the universities which are giving education through face-to-face mode, and also in addition to that, they are giving education through distance mode. Like Bardhaman University, we have distance mode, director to distance education. We have Rabindra Bharati. Then we have Uttar Banga Vishwavidyalaya. So these are the dual mode universities. In addition to face-to-face mode of education, they are also giving access to the learners through directorate of distance education. So they are not full-fledged open university system. Now let us see that what is the difference between the conventional system of education and distance mode of education. As you know that in distance mode, there is the teachers and the students are sitting apart. They are not visible to each other. Of course, with the help of the technology nowadays with video conferencing and all, we will be discussing it a bit later. The interaction may be real time, but still the face-to-face mode of teaching learning is largely absent in distance mode of education. And here the responsibility of learning lies with the learners. To a great extent, the distance learner should be proactive and he has to have the urge to learn, unlike the conventional mode of education system where the teacher teaches and takes care of the educational needs of the learners. But in case of distance education system, it is the learner who must be proactive in order to learn the content delivered by various methodologies. And here in distance mode is a pre-designed syllabus. Everything is pre-designed in printed form and some interactive mode and audio video form. And word of mouth of communication, it is only majority of the in the cases it is, sometimes now today I am presenting with the help of slides, but sometimes if the person is not well versed, so it will be only word of mouth of communication. And immediate feedback is absent in distance mode of education. You cannot get immediate feedback. And here it is for learning full time, as I told, that the responsibility of learning lies with the learner. And it is actually conventional method, it is actually teacher centric, but our distance mode is learner centric. In conventional system, the teacher teaches. So the teacher decides what, the content which the learners are going to learn. But in case of distance mode of education, it is the learner who will decide how he will learn, at what speed he will learn, at what time he will learn, in which place he will learn. So the open university system, that is ODL system, it is learner centric, unlike the conventional system, which is teacher centric, and also unlike conventional system, which is costly affairs. But higher education through the open and distance learning is cost effective, as the number of learners are large in this system. So as per the economics, the marginal cost is less. As the marginal cost is less, generally the fee structure and everything, it becomes less as compared to the traditional mode of education or face-to-face mode of education. So these are the basic differences of the conventional method of education and distance mode of education. And again, the most important features in distance education system is that it is a quasi-permanent separation. The separation of the learners and teachers are not permanent, but quasi-permanent. Why quasi-permanent? Because sometimes the learners need to go to the study center, or maybe on the nowadays it is online platform. They have to sometimes go when they are working, and if they find time. So as per the schedule, the learners can go to the study center for interaction with the teachers. That is in our system, in educational system, higher education system of ODL, we call them, the teachers are known as academic counselors. So the interaction, though it is not permanent nature, but it is quasi permanent. Sometimes the learners need to go if he feels that he needs some clarification on his doubts or the questions which are coming in his mind. And here in distance mode of education, it is an organization. There is an organization which is actually planning everything. Like in our university, the university is planning everything: the syllabus, curriculum, the video, the audio, whatever will be delivered to the learners. The entire university is actually engaged. It is a well planned, well designed activities. The preparation of study materials, engaging the course writers, then course editors, graphic designers. It is a huge team. And to come up with one distance education program, it takes more than 2 years, because for writing at least one booklet, more than 100 people are involved. So it is a well designed, well planned activities in the distance education system. And here we take the media. We use the media largely for interacting, for connecting the teachers and the students community. And here also, with the help of the ICT, communication and information technology, there is a facility nowadays of both way communication, both audio, video, audio, both way video communication is now possible. Now today we are using this both audio and video media. We are, I am able to see you also. You are also able to see me. You are able to see you are listening to me. If you wish, then you can also interact with me. So this is both way audio, both way video thing is there. And here the learner group, actually the learning community, they are also not every day they are meeting. Sometimes at the study center or on the online platform, the learners meet in the ODL system. So these are the basic important features of this ODL mode of education. Now coming to the open, now we are telling that it is open and distance learning. So what do you mean by open and distance learning? So open learning, actually it is an organized activity, and the philosophy of learning is open to all. At any point in time, a person can come with minimal educational qualification, one can join, and it is open to all segments of the society, irrespective of caste, creed, gender, and all age group, starting from 18 years to, there is no upper age limit. At the age of 90, 95 years also, a person, if he wants to study, he can come. So it is open. The philosophy is open. Everybody is welcome here. And what is distance? It is a methodology. With the help of ICT and other print material or audio video activities or slides, here the teaching learning activity is carried out. So distance is a methodology and open is the philosophy. So combining both, we come to open and distance learning. And it cuts all the barriers, whether place, space and time. There are three barriers: place, space and time. So in open education system, all the barriers are removed. So that's why in our age, our late Prime Minister Indira Gandhi told that nowadays the education has become a democratizing force. We have to democratize our higher education system and cutting across the barriers of caste, creed, and other factors. So it is a very influential factor nowadays, open and ODL system, to democratize the higher education system across the all the developing countries, all the SAARC countries, or you can say all over the world. We can democratize education. We can reach to the unreached segments of the society uh, at an affordable cost. And here flexible, as I told in my discussion, that flexibility in time of age and qualification for and for taking admission in open and distance learning system. Suppose a person is having honors degree or maybe bachelor degree in Bengali. Now, if he wants to pursue master's degree in English, being a bachelor in Bengali, he can do. We don't restrict any person. A person having physics background, if he wants to go on philosophy in masters, one can do. So based on the minimum educational criteria, a learner can, just move across the disciplines. So it is the qualification is not barrier, age also it is not barrier, as I told you. And regarding relaxation of pace, means minimum duration is there, maximum duration is there. So bachelor degree maybe 3 years, minimum duration is 3 years. If a person is engaged for other activities, so a person can take another 3 years. That means within 6 years, a person will be able, a student will be able to complete the bachelor degree. For master's degree, minimum is 2 years, so maximum duration is 5 years. So here flexibility of duration is given in our system. So the pace, the speed at which the learners will learn depend on the learner. If he wants within minimum duration, he can earn his degree, or if for some other factors he stops somewhere, and again after 1 year or maybe 2 years he comes on the fifth year and wants to complete the leftover courses, he is given the choice. And moreover, another important characteristic feature of ODL system is that here we, you know, we always keep the academic credit. In NAP also it is there, that academic bank of credit. So suppose in the first year a learner earns some credit, maybe for master's degree 64 credit a learner has to complete. So maybe in the first year he has completed 32 credits. Now remaining credit he can complete as and when he comes back within the maximum duration. So whatever he completed in the first year, that will remain valid for the maximum duration. And suppose he completed 1 year and after that, maybe after 10 years is coming. Again, after 10 years also, if the courses remain valid, so he will be given the credit. That means he need not repeat the same courses. So here, academic bank of credit is given. And whatever you earn while you study, that credit will be always with you. And that credit can be, it can move. Suppose from IGNOU, if you complete 32 credits, you go to the other university. For master degree, remaining 32 credit you complete there, so you will get degree from that university, the new university. So like that, there will be credit mobility, and there will be wider scope for the learners to move around the institutes, which NEP is meant all for the multidisciplinary and across mobility across the universities. This is a very important feature of our ODL system. An open university is open, as I told you, it is open to all people, all places. It is, the methodology is also open. We are not sticking to the only one media. So people, if new technologies come in near future, we'll adapt it. So we are not very rigid. Open universities are not rigid in adapting new thoughts or in adapting new technologies. As and when new things are coming, with open mind, the universities in ODL system, they adapt it very quickly as compared to other conventional system of education. Suppose a new knowledge has come, developed in the, especially it is true in our computer applications, in computer discipline, computer science discipline. Almost every year you get new development, new discoveries. In traditional universities, you have to have your senate, you have to have your academic counseling meeting, then vice chancellor. So many things are there, and by the time the syllabus is revised, again new things have come off. So you cannot keep that. Conventional universities cannot keep with the new development, knowledge development. But in open system, what happens that if new things, new knowledge is coming or generated, immediately it can be included in the syllabus. So here the inclusion of the new thoughts is immediate, and it is very much rapid and speedy. So always in open university system, you'll see that syllabus is up to date as compared to other conventional mode of educational system. So this is Open University. Now let us talk about some, the history of Open University system, how it came across actually. Previously, there are now we can say that it is actually fifth generation. We can say now the first generation system, as we are till today, we are carrying the that idea that correspondence model. Correspondence models means through post office materials used to be sent, then you study, and at a certain point of time you come and study, give the exam, and there is no reliability of the exam also. You can see anything, and like that what is happening through this online, whatever happened very recently. I need not elaborate on this. So that is correspondence model. Only print materials is to be given to the learners, and there is no guidance, nothing. So that is the first generation of distance education system. Till today, I find that many people are telling that we are giving correspondence mode of education. No, correspondence model is totally dead. That is first generation. It is like Nokia phones, ABCD, or this mobile phones, the basic mobile feature phone. That is, we cannot nowadays. Very few people use that. We have come across that. So this correspondence model is now obsolete. It is nowhere. Universities nowadays give correspondence mode of education. It is open and distance learning, about which I have given you a basic idea. Now, second generation, what happened after print? Then audio, video tapes are included. Audio tapes, video tapes are given. VCR previously have seen. Nowadays, it is obsolete. Probably many of the participants do not know what is VCR is all about. So VCR, then film strips are given. So that is second generation of ODL system. Third generation, it was conferencing, one-way audio or both-way, one-way audio or both-way audio, like that. TV and radio were used to a great extent in third generation. Radio broadcast and TV broadcast, it is given. There is no scope of interaction, and there is interactive radio counseling also. In later generation, it has come. The fourth generation, flexible learning model. So all the flexibilities nowadays we find in the open system. It is the fourth generation of the open learning system. Here you find the interactive multimedia. The multimedia is interactive. We can interact with that multimedia. We have internet, we have communication technologies, then we have computer conferencing, audio, video, both way. So email communication, instant chatting, we can chat, text chatting, and video, everything is possible now. It is fourth generation. Now, fifth generation is coming slowly. That NEP is talking about fifth generation of open learning. That is called online learning. Now, you'll find that open universities in very near future, they have to shift, they have to upgrade themselves on the online platform. So online universities, these universities will be, slowly, the universities will become virtual universities. We'll talk about we'll see that what NEP, National Education Policy 2020, what this policy suggested about all this ODL and online learning. So we are moving from fourth generation to fifth generation of open learning system. And IGNOU is also adapting. As I am in IGNOU, I can tell you that many of our programs, more than 300 plus academic programs, that is disciplines, master's level, bachelor's level, certificate, diploma, advanced diploma, PG diploma, we offer to a large segment of the society. So slowly what we are doing, we are now maintaining two system of education. One is ODL mode, another is online mode. Suppose you would like to do masters in English. So you have two options. You can go for ODL mode and also online mode. Slowly, we'll go totally online. A time will come when our entire activity, academic activity, will be online. It will no more be ODL. ODL means you go to the study center, interact with, come to the regional center, interact with the academic counselors face to face. So these things will be past in very near future, maybe in the next 1 decade. The Open University will be in the fifth generation universities having entire activities online. I think till now it is okay, Dr. Mishra? Hello?
Sir, okay,
Professor
out
Mishra?
and out. Sir, nice, very nice, sir.
Okay.
Nicely audible, sir. You carry on, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now you see the blended strategies. Now again thing has come. So we understand that the open system, as the very outset I told you, that it is not, it is not going to replace. You cannot replace human interface. Whatever technologies you have, whatever artificial intelligence you have, whatever audio, video you have, but at the end of the day, the learner, the human mind, always longs. It is a longing, the general longing of the human mind to interact with each other in face-to-face mode. So again, the thing is coming with blended learning. Like today, it is blended learning. Our FDP 5-day FDP programs, which our colleges organizing. This is blended. I am talking from Kolkata at my residence, from the residence, but you are sitting in the college. Professor Mistro is sitting in the college. I can see his chair. So it is blended, and you are also interacting face to face. So this blended mode is important nowadays, and it is going to be blended for some more time till such time we are accustomed with online. So till we adopt the online technologies fully from our heart and mind, the system will be now blended learning. And NEP also talks about this blended mode of education. Here, some activities, maybe we are doing some project, or we are organizing some workshop or tutorials. So we need to have our group interactions or our peer interaction. It is there. And also many activities we can do online. Nowadays, private tuition also I have seen that teachers are, our students are going on the coaching, to the coaching centers. Most of the time they are going to the coaching center but for doubt clearing. In the coaching center, maybe in a batch there are 50 students, so everybody's questions and queries cannot be taken up in the duration of two hours. So what the coaching centers are doing, I mean, renowned coaching centers, they are coming with doubt clearing sessions. They are doubt clearing classes, and these doubt clearing classes are mostly online activities, and they can address the learners individually. If a learner feels that he needs clarification, so he can join, or if he is not in any doubt or he doesn't have any question, may not join. So this way, blended learning is coming and getting prominence and importance in nowadays education system. And blended learning also, it is self-paced, as I told you, that some modules are given, online resources are given, audio videos are available online. So if you wish, you can join. If you don't wish, there is no need. So it is not, constrained within the four walls of our classrooms. So blended learning is going to come in a big way, and traditional colleges also, you have to adopt it, because a teacher is coming, he or she is teaching you. So maybe all the learners are not attentive. So whatever teacher has taught, maybe somebody could not get it, or whatever teacher told, the quality is such high that average learners cannot understand anything. So, but if the lecture is recorded, or it is videographed in the classroom, entire classroom situation, and that video you just upload on your college website. So at your leisure time, as and when you find time, you see to the lecture, and you will find how beautiful it is. You can at your convenience in your home, you will be able to learn whatever you missed in the classroom. So this blended learning is going to come in a big way in coming years, and we have to adapt it. Now you see the types of learner support in open system. The learner is actually isolated learner. The learner cannot see anybody, because in a particular class maybe we have 10,000 students, but nobody knows not a single student knows other student if they are not friends living in the adjacent vicinity. So learners are spread across the areas, across the geography of the country or the state. So if learner feels isolation, or he thinks that nobody is there, how can I interact? So here in our ODL system, open and distance education system, the learner support, as I told you, it is a learner-centric approach, learner-centric education system. So learner has to have access to all the types of support services. It is very important. And here support services, two types of support services: academic support and non-academic support. Academic support, everybody understand whatever is syllabus there. If student is not able to understand, he can go and meet the counselor, academic counselor or teacher, and he can get your queries. There is academic support, discipline, knowledge-centric support. But besides that, many supports are there which are not academic in nature. Suppose I did not get your study material, or sir, I have submitted the study material, your assignments I did not get. I have appeared in the exam, but I did not get the marks. Or sir, I am not able to visit my study center. What to do? So all these questions and queries are non-academic in nature, and non-academic support is also it also play a very important role in our ODL system. And there should be teachers and other facilitator to facilitate the students' isolation in education system. And here in academic support, it defines, explains, assess, follow the learners, then skill development, everything. It is academic support. In non-academic support, we advise, we assess the learner, we advocate or suggest, and we give some guidance, educating the mind. Then administrative supports. All these are academic support, and these supports, both academic and non-academic supports in distance education system, are given through different media. It may be through the teacher, face-to-face teacher, or it may be through audio conferencing, video conferencing, or meeting at the study centers. So these are the various types of support services in our distance education system. And here, as you see in this diagram, that learner is the focus, unlike in conventional system where it is teacher centric. Teacher is in the middle. Teacher actually controls everything. But in our system, it is the learner who takes the focal point, the mid of the center, that is circle. And whatever it is given, delivery of academic programs or evaluation methodology, study materials, learning support services, or media and technology, whatever is given, it is bearing around the learner's need. So it is a learner-centric approach, and other activity, the university has to tune with the learner's need and the changing needs of the learners on a continuous basis. If the university is not able to adapt the new technology, after some time it will be nowhere. So here it is the learner-centric approach. And here, what are the support services given in the academic support? What I am telling you all this because then you will understand what actually our NEP is talking about as far as distance education is concerned. So the various facets and the components of distance education system, I am trying to just make you understand, explain to you. And then will come what NEP suggests and how it can be, what is the present status and what needs to be done in the future. So components of support service here, first, self-instructional study materials. This is the basic need in any open university system. Here it is not reference books that we provide to the learners. Here it is self-instructional. That means the materials provided to the learners, those materials will act as a teacher. In absence of the teacher, the material are written in such an interactive way that the learner will feel that the teacher is inbuilt in the study material. He can interact. The conversation or the content is written in such a form, it is interactive style. Now, okay, you understand this. Okay, learner, now let us take a break. Now, please, you just check your progress. Did you understand this? Okay, I believe that you have understood. So like that, interactive way, the material is prepared. So learner find it, learner engagement is more in self-instructional material, unlike in reference books. You go to reference book, there is no interaction. They are giving all the content. So any reference book is not distance learning material. It has to be formatted and formulated in ODL format. Then tutor marked assignments. Now assignments actually it is a continuous. You also know nowadays, I think in our college system also, you have to give some project work or tutorials. In NEP or credit-based, choice-based credit system, it is coming in a big way. Tutorials, then project work. So assignment is nothing but that type of small activity. Whatever materials the open universities are supplying to the learners, some questions are given. That is open book system of examination, you can say that some questions are given. With the help of the study materials, the learners have to write the answers and submit online or at the study center. So it is a continuous evaluation tool, the tutor marked assignments, and these assignments will be evaluated by the tutor. That means the teacher or academic counselor. In distance system, we call academic counselor or tutor. So after marking, the teachers will guide through the assignments. The teacher will tell that the level of understanding at the learner level, it will be communicated. He may say that your answer is very good, or the writer, the comments may be like this, that okay, you have tried a lot, but you need to improve your knowledge in this section. So likewise, for each and every question's answers, the teacher will guide through the comments. The commenting is very important in ODL system. So it is called tutor marked assignments, and these assignments are back to the learners. The learners will understand that where he actually lacks. Now, project work activity is given, dissertation, a small thesis activity is also given at master's level, also in some postgraduate diploma level programs. Then there will be unseen examination also, terminal examination at the end of the year or at the end of the semester. Now it is semester system. So at the end of the semester, there will be examination, information services. Information is very important in distance mode. As you know that learners and teachers or academic providers are sitting apart. So a little bit of lack of information may land the learners in trouble. So if you do not know that what time you have to fill in the examination form, one fine morning if you land up, the learners land up in the center, regional center, by the time he is out, he has lost the opportunity to fill in the examination form. So here information service is very important in ODL mode. And it is as we have to cater to a large segment of the learners, lakhs and lakhs of learners at a time. So everything is pre-designed and pre-scheduled. Beyond that, the learners cannot do anything and everything is online. So information service, at what time learner should go for secondary admission, at what time he should appear in the examination, for how many papers he can appear, all this knowledge, information a learner must have in the open system. And also library services, both face-to-face library, the physical library, and our internet-based, web-based libraries, e-resources are there. OERs, open access the system, the study material, huge study material, e-library, digital library is available on the site, and any learner, interested learner can visit it, and free of cost he can access lakhs and lakhs of journals and books, reference books, materials, whatnot. So this service is also very important component for ODL system. Here again, radio plays a very important role. We know that radio station AIR, All India Radio is there. Then we have our community radio, ham radio is there. So NEP is also coming up with this recommendation that radio and TV, these both the components, both the tools should take care of academic needs of our learning community, our learners. So interactive radio counseling, we are sitting in the AIR. I have done more than 500 radio counseling sitting at the AIR Kolkata and when I was posted in Guwahati. So what here we do, a learner expert is sitting in the studio, All India Radio studio. Then he discusses a particular topic, and before that learners know what schedule, they have the schedule. As per the schedule, the learners can tune in their radio, and then the expert will explain everything. If they have problem, they can call the expert. So that way, it is both a video, the audio conference is taken out and is interactive. The interaction becomes lively. It was very popular program, and nowadays Government of India has given Gyanbani radio stations to many ODL institutes like IGNU. Also, we have also 20 FM channels. By government, that time it was Ministry of Human Resources and Development. So we have at regional center in Kolkata, Bengal, it was Netaji Subhash Open University, though it was IGNU property, but the Gyanbani station was housed at Netaji Subhash Open University. So as per schedule, the academic activities, the experts, they used to come in the studio and deliver the lectures. So educational radio, again, NEP has recommended the reintroduction of this tool. Then television, about. We are very fond of television, but most of the time we see only the serials, everything, all serials, and we waste our time. But the students, if they have the acumen and the interest, they can see the various educational channels. Many educational channels are there, Gyan Darshan channels. It was inaugurated by Ministry of Higher Education when Professor Dr. Arjun Singh was there. It was a joint venture. It was a joint venture of Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India. It was Prasar Bharati and Indira Gandhi National Open University. These are the three partners of Gyan Darshan channel. It was inaugurated on 26 January 2000. It is now 22 years running. And there are many Gyan Darshan channels like GD1, Gyan Darshan 1, Gyan Darshan 2, Gyan Darshan 3. It is also known as Ekalobbo channel, GD, Gyan Darshan 4, BAS channel. Here NCT, IITs, and NCTE, NCERT, SCERT. The teachers, experts are coming and they are delivering the lectures, and it is also interactive. You can dial, though video conferencing is not available, but you can always dial through phone. And two-way, as I told you, it is a two-way audio conference and one-way video. Video conferencing both way is not possible. Now teleconference, as I told you, teleconference, it is IRC, interactive radio counseling, or it may be again through EduSet terminals are there, educational satellite is there. So there are terminals, through the terminals, EduSet terminals, both way video conferencing is possible. We have our EduSet terminals through satellite interaction. The learner can, at the study center, in few study centers, the satellites terminals are given. So learners can come and interact with our expert in Delhi. So this is teleconferencing, both way audio or one way audio, both way video, like that, any combinations. Then mobile learning, it is now coming in a big way. Mobile is a tool now. Everybody is having this mobile phone, and we have our knowledge, entire depository of knowledge at our fingerprints. You type anything, Google is there, we guide. Whatever is in your mind, whatever you can think, everything, every content, every answer, every question has an answer in the mobile learning. So learning has become now mobile with the device, handset, mobile. It may be laptop, it may be palm top, it may be personal assistants, it may be or any other device. You can think smartphones, whatever not. But the mobile learning means you learn while you move on. You are moving somewhere to train or aeroplane, you learn. Every content is at your disposal. So this mobile learning has become a now way of life nowadays. And learning has become a ceaseless activity every time, every 24/7 it has become. And in ODL system, ICT, that is Information Communication Technology, it plays a very, very important role nowadays. Now with the help of the ICT, what not we can do? We can have artificial intelligence, even AI to some extent can replace the teacher. Whatever video audio is there, AI with the help of artificial intelligence, the robot can take the class and it can take care of many questions. The computer assisted learning, computer enhanced learning, that email is, we know email, but we do not use email for academic purpose, only for sending mails and all. But it can be also for academic chatting and academic clarification, knowledge generation. Email can be used. Computer conference, as we are doing today. Internet-based learning, search engines, as I told, many search engines are there. Google search engine is there, Yahoo search engine, many search engines are there. Then your website, every university and college and academic institutes nowadays are having websites. On websites, everything can be hosted. What not? E-library, your audio depository, your video depository, your previous year question papers, online link for admission, everything, whatever you can think, everything can be hosted on the college or university's website. So it is not necessary for the learner every time to go and ask to the college authorities or university authorities what I am to do, I have to do, what not to do. Everything will be available at the fingertip. Only the learner must have the knowledge and urge to learn. That is the important. Other things, it is available free of cost, 24/7. And wiki also, Wikipedia is there. You can also have interaction. You can always edit the content, whatever is given in the online platform. You can edit also. Wiki is there, as you know. Then open learning resource, e-Gyankosh. E-Gyankosh is the learning depository of Indira Gandhi National Open University, but it is free of cost. Any learner can go to the IGNOU website, ignou.ac.in, the e-Gyankosh link at any level, master degree, whatever programs we are delivering, MA English, MA Hindi, philosophy, whatever you can see, Indira Gandhi National University is given. Entire content, study material is available in soft form. And without being a learner of IGNOU, you can access. You can have, you can download it, you can read it. So it is open to all. We have not confined it for IGNOU learners only. So you can take help of these learning materials, and it's beautifully prepared study materials, as Dr. Professor Mistro knows, because he was our program in charge in Balurghat college, B.Ed college, and we have a very long association. Almost it is running, I can say, more than 1 decade. So he knows about the quality of study material. We are in touch, of course. Every time we are in touch. This learning depository is there for open for everybody. I like to request our participants here who are students, you please see it and use it, utilize it. It will help you to prepare for our NET examination. It will help you to prepare for your civils examinations, WBCS examinations. Beautifully prepared materials. The best, and we got the Commonwealth of Learning, the best study materials award. So you can have access to this free of cost. So this is a Gyankosh. Now let us see that 4 decades almost. Distance education started in 1960s, 1962 first. University of Delhi, they come up with the correspondence, first generation open learning system in 1962. University of Delhi, the Directorate of Distance Correspondence Education, they started first giving distance education, and it was a huge success. And after that, in 1982, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University in Hyderabad, first open university in India, it started. And after that, that was also a huge success. And in 1985 on 19th November, in the Indira Gandhi National Open University, a central university, was established by an act of Indian Parliament. So the 4 decades of distance education, if you see, that we have seen here, the many programs are given from 6 months program onwards up to PhD nowadays, MPhil, PhD, diploma, post-degree diploma, bachelor's degree, master's degree, and at all level, the programs or degrees or disciplines are available. Target group here, starting from the village poor farmer, or maybe motorcycle mechanic, up to the professors, doctors, engineers, who not. In IGNOU, we have learners, IAS officers, IPS officers, nurses, doctors, so-called the people who are serving the motorcycle repairing. They are also given. Army, Navy, Air Force, everybody is our learner. You can think of any profession, there is a course in our. I'm talking about IGNOU because I know about IGNOU programs, but in other open universities also you'll find plenty of programs suitable for somebody in the society. So target group is across the country, across the population. And quality actually here, why distance education system, especially in dual mode university, quality of materials they cannot maintain actually, and this is one issue. The full-fledged open university material is very good, but in traditional system what happens, The teachers, the notes they are giving to the conventional system of students, the same note is delivered for the distance education system in dual mode universities. So as a result, here quality is sometimes it becomes weak because it is nothing but note, a form of note only. And here accessibility is very low. Sometimes people do not know or about distance education, as knowledge is poor. Educated people also don't have very clear idea about distance education system. They think that it is very useless system, or it is very easy to pass in the distance education system. Quality is not high-fi, like it is not as per standard. So many type of notions and doubts are there in the people mind. So access, it is actually moderate. You cannot say it is very highly accessible. People don't know about the quality and other aspects of this distance system. So this is the, after 4 decades of distance education system, these are the actually certain things it is there. That's why here what happens, the issues actually we have seen in these 4 decades from 1962 almost, now it is 6 decades we can say, 40 years, 60 years. So 60 years, we have seen that, okay, with great enthusiasm, students are taking admission. But after first year, they become dropout. Why dropout? Because they don't have anybody, isolation, they suffer in frustration. Or sometimes after taking admission in a particular program, it becomes misfit. It doesn't show any interest. So sometimes, and sometimes students don't know when to take a secondary admission or subsequent admissions. So dropout rate is very high here. Number one. Number two, sometimes people think that it's very easy to pass out. But when they come and join, they find it is very, it is not at all easy. You have to work a lot. So sometimes then they lose interest and drop. It is a very common issue. Library services, of course, with the help of, e-library, it has now become accessible to all. Counseling, face-to-face counseling, sometimes huge learners are there, and in counseling, everybody's doubts cannot be taken out. Again, it is an issue, but nowadays with the help of this audio video depositories, notes will be available, lectures will be available online. Web-based learner support, again, we do not use emails and other things for our learning activities. We use it for other activity. So these are the issues. And online program delivery, we are not very much well versed. We don't feel, what you call easy. We don't, we don't feel at ease to learn online. If you given a 400-page book to you online, you will not find it too interesting to read on mobile phone. We need hard copies and all. So online delivery, it is a major, it is a mental problem. We are not very much well versed and ready to adapt all this. Material distribution is huge task here. Sometimes it becomes a constraint for the learners to get the materials. Question bank, physical question bank, nowadays it has replaced online question bank. It is there, but it was an issue now before. Now again, conventional, blended learning. It is open university and conventional university are now coming together. So convergence between distance education and conventional education system, though it is coming up, but again, the traditional universities, they think that their quality is higher. Open university quality is poor. Sometimes the MOU or integration of the ODL system and conventional system, it becomes a serious challenge. Then application of ICT. If you don't have ICT infrastructure, the open education system will prove a very barrier. You cannot learn with the help of other devices. And inclusion. Inclusion is a major factor here. Nowadays, inclusion means the people who are differently able. So you have to have separate device and learning content. Content also with braille system. The material should be available in braille system for the visually impaired blind students. So these are inclusion is becoming a major challenge in open university system. But the materials in coming years, it will be it will be available in a very user-friendly way for all the disabled learners also. But it is till today it is a very serious issue in open learning system. Now challenges. What are the challenges we are facing? The distance education and both distance education system and our conventional university system will face in coming years. Foreign university, as you know, that government of India has given permission. Of course, now it is in a restricted way. Foreign universities will come, and foreign universities will come. Their technology and all, it will be much quality-wise. It will be superior. So the students will move slowly from the conventional face-to-face or traditional our ODL system. There's a challenge from the foreign universities. Then the courses should be, it should be industry friendly. You complete one program, and at the end of the program, at the end of 26 years, you see that you have master degree or PhD, but it is you are of no use for industry. So whatever industry wants, the knowledge and skills, whatever you have learned, there is a mismatch. You cannot interact. You cannot use your learning skill in the industry sector. So NEP again is coming for the skill development, skill activities, national skill mission and all. So there should be industry and university interface. What industry wants, that type of education, that type of skill, the universities has to give. Only we cannot confine in our educational system and forget about the industrial development in the country. So this is a challenge. In coming years, the educational syllabus, the entire syllabus should be oriented towards industry and agriculture. And what society needs. We have to see that what at present what we need. Now it is a coming of big basket, then your Swiggy and all. Now you see all these are delivering foods and groceries at your doorstep. So our retailing, it has changed. The way the grocery shops used to function, it has totally changed. It is becoming a virtual. So our syllabus also should adapt these new developments and our societal needs, whatever we need, delivery mechanisms, it should integrate. Otherwise, it will be a challenge. This knowledge will be of no use in real life situation. But there is a prospect, of course. While there is challenge, there is also prospect. We can reach to the hither to unreached segments of the society. Many segments of the society, they are illiterate or semi-literate or they are unskilled. Here, and at the same time, they are also doing some job. They are earning and maintaining their family. So we cannot say, okay, you forget your earning and come back to the college or skill development center and you learn. And after that you go back. It is not affordable. Many people cannot do it probably, especially in our developing countries like India. So here you have to earn while you have to learn while you earn. So earning and learning should go together. So that way we have to prepare our courses in such a way that all the people who are engaged in various service sectors, they will also like this now the government of India has come Ogniveers. Now Ogniveers what will do? After 12 years, that after 12 exam, they can be joined Ogniveers. 4 years after 4 years, when they come, in the meanwhile, in the 4 years, in addition to the service, exigencies, service activities, they can always join IGNOU or National Open School and complete the +2 or master's degree or bachelor degree, and while learning. So that way, it will be very much beneficial for the learning community, and we can reach to the large segment of the society. And programs like in agriculture or higher education, health education, hospitality management, many new then phlebotomy. Phlebotomy is blood collection, pathological sample collections techniques. So nursing, these are very promising development in our society, and many people are required for this hospitality sector, service sectors, tourism sectors. So many courses, and our learners, our young students, young community, youths, they can be trained, and open system can play a very important role without jeopardizing their, the jobs. Then teachers, again, our teachers should be trained. So whatever we have learned in the 10 years back, 20 years back, I have completed my education in 2000. Now it is 22 years. I have done my PhD and all 2000. So after 20 years, whatever I learned in 2000, it is not sometimes many of the things are not relevant. So I have to train myself. I have to update like this FDP, the faculty development program, whatever it is. We have to upgrade the knowledge. Every time we have to go for FDP or some skill development program or some short-term program, but I can leave the job. So that way, now again, I would like to announce here, Professor Mr. That IGNOU and Government of India has come up with one recent program, FDP program. This is 6-day FDP online program. I will send you the brochure. Every teacher who are a teacher, they can join it free of cost, and after 6 days, they can get a certificate from Government of India issued by the National Open University. So it is admission is on. I will send you that brochure, and please encourage our. So it is about NEP. How NEP will be implemented. This FDP will be on NEP. It is very interesting. I also enrolled myself. And today also I have class. I will see that after my this delivery over. So NEP, now NEP, regarding the NEP, how NEP will be implemented, there will be 32 audio video programs are there, learning materials are free of cost. Any teacher can join it. So these are we have a scope to reach the teacher community, our doctors, our engineers, our other faculty, urban development planners. So everybody has a opportunity to upgrade their knowledge through ODL mode. Then research also. Research in ODL system is very poor. People will find that our students are from various segments of the society, but how they are actually learning. So there are a lot of avenues in research in open and distance learning system, but unfortunately the research activity is very poor. The reach of research interest in research in ODL system is very poor. So there is a lot of scope for research in audio system. And the resource sharing. Resource sharing means whatever IGNOU has developed or other open system developed, we can always share with other colleges, universities. And whatever best materials are prepared or methods or teaching strategies are developed by IITs and other important colleges, we can always collaborate and collect. And education assessment technology, evaluation methodology, everything we can interact and we can adapt each other, we can share with each other. So there is a huge opportunity for taking one another help from one another, industry, university, college, university, so like that IITs, maybe ODL. So many collaborative approaches are possible in open and distance education system. These are all about distance education. Now let us see what is there in NEP. Then after that my speech will go over. Now NEP, whatever I told, now see what NEP, National Education Policy 2020 suggests on online and digital learning. Anybody can go and UGC website or ministry website and can have access to these NEP documents. You'll find that the section, there is a separate section, NEP 20, recommendations on online and digital learning. The exact thing I have taken. Recommendations on online and digital learning. What National Education Policy 2020 suggests. And it is for ensuring equitable use of technology. Everybody, technology should be equally available across the segments of the society. First, they have proposed in NEP that pilot studies on online education. How online education will be carried out? What should be actually the probable obstacles? So that should be all of a sudden we cannot go for online activities. That tomorrow we start online activities, not like that. There should be some pilot project. If it is successful, then only we go for wider coverage. So this pilot project of online education, this pilot project is given to IGNOU, the National Open School, IITs, National Institute of Technology. So these institutes will take some small project, pilot project about online activities, and then come up with some suggestions. This is one suggestion in NEP. Then second suggestion about on NEP, on online learning is the digital infrastructure. We have to have digital infrastructure, computer, other peripherals, printers, then your devices, maybe our mobile app now 5G is coming very recently from October 5G launched by two companies. So the availability of infrastructure should be ensured. We should NEP suggest that. Third, the suggestion they have given that online teaching platform and tools. There are many online platform teachings. Like SWAYAM, as you know, that SWAYAM is a Ministry of Education. Previously, it was Ministry of HRD. I heard Ministry of Human Resources Development of Government of India. It has now become renamed. NEP has recommended the renaming of MHRD as MOE, Ministry of Education. Now we don't have MHRD. It is now Ministry of Education. Government has immediately adopted the same and changed the name of Ministry of Education, HRD to Ministry of Education. Now this SWAYAM is study of active OS for young aspiring minds. This is all about SWAYAM. Full form of SWAYAM is study of active ways of learning for young aspiring minds. The youth, for them, many courses, credit-wise courses. What credit? Little bit, let me say. Credit means generally one credit equals 30 study hours. So if a course is 44 credit, that means a learner has to give 120 hours study time to complete that particular course. So in SWAYAM, you'll find that many courses across the disciplines are available. And there is credit. Maybe 4 credit, some courses are 2 credit. So if it is 2 credit, that means 60 hours study. If it is 4 credit, then it is 120 hours of study. So 1 credit equivalent to generally 30 study hours. So the online teaching platforms are nowadays at present, Diksha platform is there. You'll find MHRD, that's MOE platform it is. Then tools, what are the tools available? 2-way video and 2-way audio. These are the learning tools available nowadays. So NEP recommends that all these learning tools and learning platforms, SWAYAM and Diksha, should be utilized for the learning community. Fourth, they have recommended that content creation, digital repository and dissemination. Then virtual reality, augmented reality, learning games and simulations, gamification of Indian art and culture. Gamifications means Indian art and culture. So many Thakurmar Jhuli, so many stories are there. It can be gamified in game way. The apps, learning apps can be modified instead of this all you can see PUBG and all type of things. So instead of PUBG, why not our old Ramayana Mahabharata? It can be gamified. Game form apps will be there. Interactive gamification of Indian art culture based apps can be developed. This NEP suggests this. Then virtual reality. On virtually we can contact each other, and the simulations. Many things can be simulated, like car driving. Now, car driving now recently, unfortunately, recently happened. Cyrus Mistry has died. But how he died? why this seatbelt tying is very important for the rear passengers of the car. So it can be simulated. Through simulation, if you can see that if seatbelt is not tied up, then what happens? What impact is there? So through simulations, the learners can be taught the significance of tying up or not tying up the seatbelts and all. So it is simulations. Then another important aspect of NLP task, that addressing the digital divide. The digital divide is there. I have maybe 5G phones. Somebody may not have 5G phones. So this digital divide, cost cutting there should be there. Technology should be available across the society. So the cost of the devices should be such, and the 5G technology should be affordable also to all. And radio, and as I told you, radio and TV and community radio should be used extensively so that the learning content is reaching to all segments of the society. Then virtual laboratory. Now again it's very important for like BSc agriculture or BSc biochemistry or maybe engineering. Many programs are there. So we need laboratories. But you know that establishing one laboratory needs lakhs and lakhs of rupees, and our colleges, universities cannot afford this. And that 2 lakhs and lakhs of rupees will be only for 15 or 20 students or 30 students. But our demand is more, supply is less. So you cannot have labs, state-of-the-art laboratory in all the colleges and universities of the country. So NEP recommends that the virtual laboratories on Swayam platform, Swayam Prabha, there are 20 channels of Swayam Prabha. Swayam Prabha means IGNOU. If you see the IGNOU website, you will find ignou.ac.in. There are many of Swayam Prabha channels we are maintaining. Some channels are maintained by IGNOU, some channels are maintained by SCRT, IITs and all. Diksha channel is there. They are all virtual labs can be hosted there. NEP is recommending. And one more slide. Another recommendation of NEP 2020 on ODL system is that training and incentives for teachers. Now, as I told you that in ODL system, unlike the conventional system, the learning activity is learner-centric. So, becoming a teacher-centric approach, to become learner-centric approach, our teacher community, the teaching community should be reoriented, retrained. So, there is a huge scope for learner-centric pedagogy, online content creation. Our teachers, very good teachers are there. But only they are confined to a school or college. Like Professor Misro, he is sitting now far away from Kolkata and Palpara, Purbo Medinipur. I am not getting him, his quality. I am not able to access his content. So he is a good teacher. So what he can do, he can come out with his content, some study materials, and that material we can host it on the virtual lab and virtual platform. So he will be accessible like that. So for that, our teachers should be taught how to write these virtual contents. So, and for that, teachers will be maybe given promotion or maybe some intensives. So, our NEP is recommending that their teachers should be trained, and not only for training, they should be given incentives in some other form, promotion or increment, whatever it is. Now, online assessment and examinations. Now, online assessment and examination. Now, examination, as you know, as it becomes online, then what happens? It is free for all. Many universities after this corona, the examination has become free for all. Sitting all the way in a park, I have seen while going to the office, sitting in a park, all the students are writing exams. So how nicely they are writing the exams. So we have to have some methodology, online assessment, how to take examinations, proctored examination. Proctored examinations means suppose I am sitting, and I'm sitting here in my residence, and university is conducting exams. So I have access to net and all whatnot. I can cheat. I can easily adapt unfair means, but it is not now possible. Technology has already come. It is proctored. Proctored means suppose online I am giving the exams. Now I am moving my head like this, like this, like this, like this. So maybe after 5 times, if you do all these activities, then immediately the screen will go. Your question paper gone. That means done. Your exam is over. So you cannot cheat. You cannot do, or whatever movement you are doing like this, everything will be captured. From the expert will be there. It is online means under CCTV like this. So you cannot cheat. Proctored examinations. So how these proctored examinations can be done, and it is now in a small scale it is going on. But how large scale application is possible in this case? So for that, the National Assessment Center, like NTA, National Testing Agency for conducting NEET examination, JEE examinations, various full boards. So now they should discuss and come up with what will be the assessment criteria, what will be the assessment methodology for online assessment. It is NEP suggesting that. Then blended learning, we told you, blended mode, face-to-face, online, ODL, everything should be now blended mode. Whenever it is required, as per the need of the time or need of the place, we go for blended learning. Then fourth, another important recommendation is that it is very important recommendation of National Education Policy 2020. We should have National Educational Technology Forum, NETF. This National Educational Technology Forum, what they will do, whatever technological needs are required for the coming century, they will take care of whatever devices, whatever program content is required for our learning community, for our youths. They will recommend and come up with the things. It is a good recommendation. And the NEP suggested that in our Ministry of Education, Christian's name, Ministry of Education, previously MHRD, there should be a unit, separate unit, who will take care of all the digital needs, infrastructure, content generation, everything. They will take care so that the quality remains superb, quality up to date and the gold standard quality. So NEP suggested one unit in MHRD, Ministry of Education for our capacity building. So this is all about our ODL system, and this is our national education policy. I believe that the content which I delivered, you could understand it, and I must thank all the participants for your patient hearing, Professor, especially Professor Misro, because I was puzzled because I have many works today. But if Professor Misro requests me, I cannot, deny. That is the thing, the bond we have. So yesterday only, all of a sudden I got a surprise from a morning. Professor Misro told that Dr. Govind, sir, you have to give a class. I was surprised. I told Professor Misro I have many work today, but he told no, you have to take. So I cannot deny his request. I cannot escape from his, friendship and the affection and respect we share each other. But whatever came in my mind immediately within one night, I prepared it at my level best. I understand that maybe it has become to some extent useful to you. So with this, I conclude and wish you happy puja also. Puja is nearby, and let us stay free. Let us, try to know national education policy, study it, and try to implement the way it is intended for. So with this, I thank you all and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. It is your greatness that you have honored my request instantly. And this is the very unique feature of a person who depicts himself or herself as a learner for all times to come, tending to lifelong learner, focusing on the 21st century skills. That is the clarion call of the day, and that has been envisaged by NEP 2020 across its different chapters, including ODL institutions or ODL mode of learning. Sir, thank you very much for your resourceful and comprehensive presentation. I enjoyed a lot after few gap of periods, because we are having a very good relationship, very good academic interaction, but because of positions, because of responsibilities, we have been fragmented physically, but mentally we are having that link unconditionally. So, sir, your paper was very nice, that the NEP 2020 role of ODL towards increase in GER. Really, sir, you have rightly pointed out. Just I'm having my summing up on starting from the higher education and what is the vision of NEP 2020 in the context of higher education. Professor Bhomik sir has very nicely presented that this is the present in today's, if you say our national average is 27.6% in GER so far higher education is concerned, and the NEP 2020 has set the target to make it 50% by 2035. And to make it, 50% by 2035, no doubt there is a catalyst role of ODL institutions. And sir has very given very nicely with making the status of ODL institutions with its existence in past, present, and what will be future. Very nicely you have elaborated the things that, and ODL institutions really, sir, are in a process, are the really potential instruments to democratize the higher education system. Everybody knows, sir, that IGNO, the People's University, having a great deal of flexibility in its curriculum or academic transaction. And you have also focused the very cardinal things that are essential for today's educational system. And we are telling as NEP 2020 advanced about that internationalization of education. For accelerating this internationalization of education, no doubt ODL institutions will have a pivot role to play, as you have focused the things about the modes of distance education, about the mobility across the universities for quality in higher education. And I enjoyed a lot because of your generation gap saying that first generation of history of this distance learning or distance education First generation was started with effect from that 1962 with the correspondence mode of learning. Second generation with audio visual aids or VCR mode. Third generation conferencing or one-way audio, your interactive radio, television, etc. Fourth generation flexibility, as you are saying, interactive multimedia approach. And the fifth, the last one, that is we are enjoying this, that is online learning. And you are highly focused, the time will come, this online learning will prevail, and it will be accelerated through digital education or digital learning. So next you have highly focused on, now it is on the spotlight of discussion, followed by its frequent implementation, that corona has paved this situation. Corona situation has compelled us to adopt that system, that is blended learning or blended approach of learning, that is very simply speaking combination of both offline and online mode of teaching. Our Professor Bhomik sir very nicely pointed out that whatever may be the facilities, whatever may be the equipments, whatever may be the learning resources at your doorstep, but we cannot ignore, we cannot undermine, we cannot underscore the genuineness of a practical teacher, of a resourceful teacher, of a research-based teacher, or of a dynamic teacher who is always having the thirst for learning. As sir, we are organizing the faculty development program, adhering to UGC guidelines, adhering to the continuing professional development, and adhering to the NAC right, NAC assessments, last NAC assessments report in the form of suggestions given by the next last NAC team visit to our institution in cycle 2, that we have to organize faculty development program. And adhering to the quality practices, sir, we will organize these faculty development programs focusing on the vibrant topics or vibrant things. In course of your discussion, you have rightly focused on that mobile learning, ICT technologies, 4 decades of distance education, and what are the pertinent issues. You have highly focused. Side by side, you have focused on the challenges in ODL learning, and challenges in ODL learning will definitely address the upheaval of the foreign players, foreign institutions. And in this regard, ODL learning ODL institutions will have a very important role, significant role to play in order to accelerate the foreign university system, in order to maintain the university industry interface, in order to meeting the societal needs, in order to enhance the community participation, what I feel, and to accelerate yearning while learning. And last but not the least, you have given the importance on the, you have given proper focus on the NEP 2020 in the light of the recommendations with reference to our ODL mode of learning. And you have focused that the ODL systems will adhere this online and digital learning by focusing on the Swayam Prabha, Diksha, all these things. Then how equitable use of technology, as sir we are telling, no doubt you have highly focused the things that will, if you way back to the situation, we were having millennium developmental goals, and now we are having sustainable developmental goals. In these sustainable developmental goals, we are focusing on that we will have equality, equity based, inclusive quality education. To actualize this, sir, NEP 2020 will be a very fine and relevant document. Then you are focused on digital infrastructure, that is the thing. Without digital infrastructure, we can never have that digital learning. Then you are focused on online teaching learning platforms, same Swayam Prabha, Diksha, all these things. And sir, Swayam, as you know, it is having a very pervasive role for higher education, and to actualize that IGNO is really the people's in university to reach the unreached. And you have highly stressed on the digital divide that lies in our rural systems, sir. As we know that 60% of higher education institutions are lie in rural sectors, sir. And out of the 42,000 in higher education institutions, 60% in rural sector. In rural sector, there is a problem of connectivity, there is a problem of smartphone, all these things. But in course of time, we have to wipe out it. Otherwise, will never accelerate the digital learning. We cannot ensure digital learning in the field of higher education. You have highly focused on virtual labs, and you have highly stressed on the NTA, I mean National Testing Agency. And again, you have emphasized on NETF, that is the most vibrant agency for accelerating digital learning or online learning, that is National Educational Technology Forum. And This is my submission, sir. This is my conception, and what I have received from your presentation, what I have perceived from your presentation, what I have compiled from your presentation. This is my summing up. Very nice, sir. On behalf of the governing body of Jogoda Satsang Palpada Mahavidyalaya, on behalf of the entire fraternity of this institution, on behalf of the members of teaching and non-teaching staff of the institution, and in particular on behalf of the organizing committee of the institution, I am expressing my heartfelt gratitude to you, sir. Really, you have prove your efficiency remaining in very important position. You have shown your charisma in this online platform, and wishing your further guidance in the future days, sir. Have a good day ahead. Thank you so much. I am indebted to you because of keeping my instant request, sir. Have a great day ahead for you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Mister. Do any participant is having any question? If they
Yes, yes.
have any question, then we can have one or two
Okay.
questions.
Now, time for you can have, if you have any queries for our learning participants, if you have any queries, you can put forth your queries for our honorable resource person, sir. He will interact with you.
বাংলায় বলতে পারেন যদি কারোর ইংলিশে প্রবলেম হয়। I think they could understand what I spoke. I have not used very high-fi English,
No, sir.
and I
Very
have
nice. Very
given
nice.
some live situations, examples, and
Sir,
all.
sir, one request to you. I am trying to make an MOU with IGNO Kolkata, sir. I am in process, sir. I will
Yeah,
contact
please
you
come.
to do
We
MOU.
also want to, reach
Yeah,
to
yeah.
your area.
In September last week, I am proceeding to Kolkata, sir, Vikas Bhavan on official work.
Please welcome, welcome.
I
Always
will
welcome.
meet you, sir, and will take your appointment well in advance, sir. Okay.
Yeah, please
Okay,
come,
sir.
please come. Always welcome.
Thank you, sir.
And
Take care.
I also wish to visit your college because
Yes, sir.
wherever you
Welcome,
are, I
welcome.
must
Definitely,
visit. I
definitely,
must go.
definitely, sir. I have a good long of talk with you, sir. I'll do with you, sir. Sir, thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Namaskar. Namaskar. Bye bye.
Sir, bye. Happy Puja in advance, sir. Happy Puja.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.